Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. So today's topic is gonna be about my first trimester. Um so the first trimester was definitely, honestly, I don't know. I'm stuck between the first and the third trimester, of which is like the hardest. Um I might say the first. Okay, so during my first trimester, where do I even begin? So I found out within a month that I was pregnant. So I had about 3 more months to go within that trimester. And it was definitely really rocky because um I didn't want to eat. Like, I was like a weird pregnant person. Like, everyone's different. But for me, like, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, like in the movies, that there's a bunch of eating and craving this and craving that. No, like, I literally lived on peanut butter and jelly, like peanut butter and jelly, crackers and cheese, apples, kiwis. I wanted nothing, like nothing to do with me. Like, I didn't want to cook at all. Like, the smell of like seasoning the food would make me want to throw up. I was like, ew. Like, I didn't cook for like 4 to 5 months straight because, like, even smelling someone do food or walking into someone's house that was like sizzling the onions and the sofrito and the adobo and all the extra stuff would make me want to puke. So chicken became my enemy, and it definitely became my enemy during the Florida trip. So like I had told you guys in my previous video, I had a trip already planned and everything, and the doctor was like, oh, you can still go because you're barely showing, whatever. So I went on the trip, and I remember we went, like, before we came back to New York, we went to eat something before getting on the plane and stuff. And I was like, oh, like, I want chicken. And I love chicken. And we ordered the chicken, and I was like I just didn't want to eat it. And I was like, ew, like, but like, I still ate it. Like, I was like, Stephanie, like, you're just, being annoying. Just eat the chicken. So I ate the chicken, and we get in the car, and I'm like, babe, like, I want to throw up. And he's like, you're always exaggerating. And I was like, hello, I'm pregnant. And he's like, no, like, I feel like you're exaggerating right now. Like, I feel like there's things in your head, whatever. And point is that, like, I was so like nauseous from the chicken, and the smell of the chicken just kept repeating in my head, and the look and the taste of it. And ever since that day, I didn't eat chicken throughout my whole pregnancy. And I ended up eating chicken within 2 months of giving birth of my son, basically. That's how much I hated chicken. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with chicken. Like, it was just bad. But whatever, my first trimester was rocky because food, like, it was really hard to find something that I wanted to eat. Like, I would eat the rice and beans, but no meat. And I hate it, like, hate it when people would be like, especially Dominican people, oh, come carne, or like, eat meat, you have to eat meat. And I'm like, I don't want to eat it. Like, I'm pregnant, like, leave me alone. So that was one thing that was rough during the first trimester. But there was also beautiful things during the first trimester, like the appointments. Like, I remember the first time I heard my son's heartbeat. This is funny. So the doctor, like, she's like, oh, look at that, look at the screen. And I was like, it's a boy? Because I see like a little thing going. I'm like, the hell? Like, I'm gonna have a boy because I wanted a girl. And I was like, and she's like, that's the heartbeat. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, my mind was already thinking that it was his private part, but it was his heartbeat, and it was beating, and it was so beautiful. It was actually one of like the most beautiful moments to hear my son's heartbeat. Like, it was very heartwarming for me and very encouraging. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, my baby's in there. And it was beautiful, like, to get the updates every time I went to the doctor of his heartbeat and how he was doing. And like, it was just amazing because, in the first trimester, you don't really see like much movement in them and things like that, and they're like so tiny, but the heartbeat is definitely something very touching. So that was another thing. And during the first trimester was definitely the whole, do you want a gender reveal, don't you want a gender reveal? And like, my partner and I are very like, oh, we don't like to be a trend kind of thing. But then it's like, sometimes you're like, oh, we want to be like, you know, we want to give it a try. Like, why not? So our big thing was, if we do a gender reveal, we had to invite the whole family, but not everyone fit in our apartment. And I'm super like, don't like a bunch of people in my space. Like, I get easily claustrophobic. So I was like, I don't want to do a gender reveal. Like, just thinking about the idea of having to invite people over and clean up and yada yada yada. But then some way, somehow, my parents and his parents ended up convincing me. So we chose my sister to be the person that was gonna basically plan the whole thing and know, you know, whether it was a girl or a boy, because I was like, oh, she knows how to keep secrets. But that's a story for another time of how my gender reveal was honestly an epic fail. But anyways, yeah, so like those are little things about my first trimester. Some other important things that like I want to share is like during the first trimester was a lot of like researching, like, oh, which diapers do I want to use, which soap do I want to buy for my baby, like this and that. Like it was like a lot of time I spent on the computer, but it was honestly a lot of my time was spent sleeping. So I would go to work from like 7:30 all the way till 4, and I would get home around 5 something, almost 6 o'clock, and I would knock out all the way till 1 in the morning, wake up, eat crackers and cheese, and do it all over again. Like that was literally my life. And I was so exhausted. And I was so exhausted because I don't know why or who or what developed this idea in me that I couldn't have coffee. Until one day I told the doctor, hey, like my head hurts, I'm tired, all I'm doing is sleeping, can I finally drink my coffee? She's like, girl, you could drink your coffee, you just can't abuse it. Like you're not gonna go ahead and have 3 ventis like you normally would have. You could have like maybe 1 or a smaller cup than that a day. And I was like, say no more. And I literally went to go buy my coffees and like, and ended up being a little better in the morning to deal with the students that I taught. But in like I would literally get home and just sleep. Like my partner would come and check on me and be like, you're not gonna get up till you. I'm like, oh, make me a peanut butter and jelly. And that was literally my life during the first trimester. Not very energetic, not into eating. It was just very like like dull or whatever. And then people trying to figure out, is she having a girl, is she having a boy? And then people were getting me hyped up because they're like, oh, she's gonna have a girl, because like I wouldn't comb my hair. Like I was literally just like, I would roll out of bed, do a little bun, like basically how I look now, and keep it pushing. Like I had no energy to do my makeup, to do nothing at all. And that's that. But like that's just a summary of my first trimester. And I just want to share that like for everyone is totally different. And if you're someone that you want to sleep all day, then you sleep all day. If you want to eat, you eat. If what you don't want to eat is chicken, don't eat that chicken. Like, point being is that the first trimester, second, third, all of them are really important, but pregnancy should be something that you definitely enjoy and something that you don't feel forced to do things you don't want to do. I mean, you shouldn't in life, period. But you know, like for me the first trimester was nice in the sense that my partner was very patient with me and like understanding of the fact that I didn't want to eat certain things, and for him to like roll out of bed every morning and make me that peanut butter and jelly for me to take to teach was very like nice of him. And that's a summary of my first trimester. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel and look out for more videos. I have more interesting ones to come and I cannot wait to share them with you guys. Hopefully I start posting more frequently, and thank you for watching my video.